So, welcome all. And today we have a visitor, our guest, Mr. Avijit Bhattacharya, with a lot of experience. As you know, we all discuss with a veteran, sector veteran, and share his views about how he has overcome his difficulties and in reaching such a position and what has been his experience. And that experience we try to learn from his experience so as to uh, mitigate some of our present challenges. So we shall discuss, we shall ask some questions to Mr. Bhattacharya and try to know about him. So, yeah, Mr. Avijit Bhattacharya,
Yeah.
for all of us. And
Mhm.
can you please introduce yourself, sir?
Uh, well, thank you. Thank you very much for calling me on this kind of interview, or kind you wanted to know something about my work.
Yes.
So I'm presently staying in Noida.
Okay.
I really hail from Chhattisgarh, Raipur.
Oh,
So yeah, my entire social development sector work started from there only,
okay.
and slowly it expanded to other areas even. So
Okay.
now I'm not from a social sector,
Mm.
Sangeeta, to be very frank. I'm from sales.
Okay.
So I used to be in sales for 34 years.
Okay, sir.
So meeting a lot of people and talking to them, getting into the conversation, and then find out how to go forward. Interaction always make you to an extent that you can talk to anyone who is around you,
Yeah.
maybe of any of the social or economic background. You
Yeah.
can talk to anyone. Sales is like that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
So see,
that gave me extra advantage. But at during 2012, 13,
yes.
uh, I was very tired of running around. Then those days I was in Goodrick Tea Limited as area manager, but
Okay.
it was very hectic for me to run around and getting the sales pressure every month. So I decided to say goodbye to sales
Okay.
and have few days rest so that I can uh, understand my work, and further if I really wanted to work, can look forward for that. So I was suddenly I saw why I'm telling this, because there are a lot of people, those who have a different type of experiences while
Mm.
shifting their actual occupation
Okay.
or line of occupation. Like I was from sales.
Yeah.
How person from sales, go into social development sector?
Okay.
We had a white collar job. We had very high corporate standards and so on. So one day I saw. I used to be in Raipur then, so that Hindi newspaper Dainik Bhaskar used to come to me.
Okay.
I saw a small advertisement was there, and it said wanted a research assistant who
Oh.
can, yeah, wanted a research assistant who can work for 15 to 20 hours a week.
Okay.
I just, I saw it and very cautiously I banged on 15 to 20 hours,
Mm.
because in India we calculate in days, not
Mm.
exactly in hours. So I thought this man must be either from America or somewhere from Europe, and I
Yeah.
was right. The guy was a researcher from US, but he came from, I mean, he was in IDS, Institute of Development Studies, Sussex.
Okay.
So I just joined him,
Mm.
started working in the slums,
Mm.
assisting him. on transcriptions, translations, and you know on the meeting front, whatever he used to speak out, I had to deliver it in Hindi to the people around there. So ultimately, I got a bond, with the slum people.
Okay.
So within a year, the thing happened like this. Out of 15 slums we were working, bigger slums, a lot of people came to know about, and
Okay.
they were very happy to meet me whenever I'm in their area or talk to them or in the meeting. So
Okay.
that, enchanted me, brought me into social development. So that American guy, he returned back after you can say research completed, and he did. But it gave me an addiction to be in social development sector.
Yeah.
So for 1 year, complete 1 year, 2 months, I worked in an NGO to understand what is NGO and how do they work,
Okay.
their functionality, their documentation, their you know uh, funding, how they bring funding, and what are the other ins and outs itself. Post that, I thought to do something for myself. We can. I collaborated again with the same guy, that US guy. He helped me in getting a little funding from IDS. So what we did is a rural-urban kind of project where we selected solar technology. In Chhattisgarh, those days in 2013, 14, in the interior villages, there was no light connections. People haven't seen, it being a tribal state, people never saw what is light.
Yes.
And, they continued with the kerosene lamps and all. So we worked on that and developed a small set which give them 10 watt, two bulbs for 10 watt each, and one mobile charger. So that was the urban self-help group used to manufacture that, and we used to put those sets in the deep interior villages. So it was kind of rural-urban project.
Okay.
But after 2 years, funding stopped because it was a pilot project.
Okay.
I spoke to different collectors, the DMs of Chhattisgarh, and one of them allowed me to be in Bastar. As
Okay.
you know, but do you know anything about Bastar?
Yes, I
In
worked there, sir, earlier.
Hmm.
I was in Bandhavgarh, adjacent district to Ambikapur, and then other areas.
Sarvada.
And also I worked in Chhattisgarh, Bastar area also. My close collaborators were there. Yes, so
Okay.
I know the area. And I am from Western Orissa. So my native place is Western Orissa. So yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So Bastar has 7 districts, as you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
So now, because of this gentleman, the DM,
Mm.
uh, Mr. Amit Kataria,
Mm-hmm.
he is joint secretary here in Delhi. But
Okay.
those days he was collector there in Bastar.
Okay.
So what he said, why don't you teach our people, our tribal boys and girls, about solar technology and make them go for the sustainable model for them, so
Mm.
that they work or they can manufacture. So he made us a workshop,
Mm.
and I started going train them. And the same batch you
Mm.
started manufacturing the solar set, what I invented, really. Not invention, it's kind of, yeah, you can say it is invention, or it was just made
Mm.
of
Okay.
kind of solar thing. So that started, and from there, I covered almost 7 districts of Bastar with their
Mm.
livelihood colleges, training them in because huge number of uh, what that solar water pump were installed. So people were looking for technicians then. I started training the tribal girls and boys that.
Okay.
Then while working through the different districts, I connected to the more interior areas of Sukma, Bichapur, Dantewada, Narayanpur. These are the, there are LWS area.
Yes.
Left wing, LW area, left wing affected area. So then I came up with more work with, the forest department. We have 28 type of forest produces. Out of 2 are very, very important there. 3. A, cashew. B, in Hindi, there is we call it chironji. I don't know whether you have heard about.
Yes.
It's a very costly dry fruit.
Yeah.
And third one is lac.
Okay.
Lac is purely, from those insects only. So I started training the people how to utilize the whole technical thing and without, cutting down the trees or cutting down the branches. So ultimately, I continued for 5.5 years. And, now, because I have done so much of work, later on, as you know, initially Lok Sabha elections came over. Continuing with that, then the state level thing has also come over. And lastly, COVID. So, and then after just for second COVID, I shifted to Noida because my kids are here, they're established here.
Okay.
Yeah, but during this period, I worked for anti-human trafficking network also.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm a part of anti-human trafficking network in India.
Okay. Okay.
So rescue, we go for rescue to rehabilitation. So in between, you need lot of point to be connected.
Yes.
First you get the information if some girl is lost. Then we track them. Tracking the whole thing is again a very sensitive kind of connections to be made. All India, because you have to find out where she has been taken to. Because of this, I could, and still I'm doing it. So I have a connection over till Andhra, Telangana, and Maharashtra. I have connection over some 22 organizations, those who are working in anti-human trafficking.
Okay.
Most vulnerable area is West Bengal border.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. So meanwhile, I got one project also from Winrock International and IDS about anti-trafficking. They had a research paper, rescue to reintegration, not rehabilitation. Rehabilitation is the core part. So I was a part of it. So I got connected to Bangladesh also.
Okay.
Because cross-border human trafficking is also there. So this is one part. Another part, I have 3 of the NGOs for whom I am working as an advisor. 2 of them, they are in Kolkata, and one is from Pune. So this is again, and I don't know whether you have heard about CRIPCO. CRIPCO is the central government's organization that is under chemical and fertilizer. They manufacture fertilizer.
Okay, IFCO, right? Yes. Yes.
There are 2 organizations. One is IFCO, Indian Farmers. Another is IFCO, Krishak Bharati.
Okay.
So there is a CSR trust of Krishak Bharati that is known as Gramin Vikas Trust.
Okay.
It's a bigger organization. So I'm also there as a consultant working for FPOs in Punjab, Himachal, and in Chhattisgarh. One project is there
Hmm.
with the help of Chhattisgarh government and World Bank. That is Chirag.
Hmm.
That's totally agricultural area. So this is the whole thing I'm doing now. It was not that easy, Sangeeta ji. It was
Yes,
very tough
yes.
for me because, shifting from a particular type of occupation to a
Hmm.
different occupation, which is very much down to earth, and, uh, you have to go on staying with those peoples like slums and then the tribals also. At time, I had to visit all those left-wing affected areas to find out students for me.
Hmm.
And the very best part of my journey for 5.5 year to 6 year in Bastar was
Hmm.
they, the people from inside, they started knowing me that why
Hmm.
I am here. They never questioned me even.
Hmm.
So convincing a tribal parent is the one of the most difficult things.
Yes.
Tribals, they do not want to come out of their area because they find themselves lost. And
Hmm.
it happened because of us only. We have
Yes.
exploited them, and when they returned, they had a bad memory. So therefore, to find a job, to find a soft skill for them was very difficult for me because, of course, they have learned up to 12th standard, but overall education was zero.
Hmm.
They only they have been promoted,
Hmm.
educated. So ultimately, it was a challenge for me getting
Hmm.
them into the mainstream
Hmm.
and getting them with the government itself, getting them the uh, loans required for the business.
Hmm.
And again, me being a social development sector, I never knew about agriculture. Right now, I can speak for 2 hours on particular IFS model, integrated farmers farming methodology. So keeping in view of those things, yeah, I'm trying to do something again in
Hmm.
Noida also,
Hmm.
but scenario is little very different here. I find Punjab and Himachal as very workable area,
Hmm.
as well as my Chhattisgarh, my
Hmm.
original place where I work.
Hmm.
And if you have any questions, Sangeeta ji, you can just shoot.
Yes. So, how, like this was by accident, as I can reckon from your story. It was
Yeah.
just by accident that just one day you saw one newspaper where one
Hmm.
advertisement was there and you applied for it and you went ahead with this. Uh,
Correct.
yeah. So, what happened to your sales career then? What stage you were there, and what what was that one thing or two or three things um, which actually pushed you to social development rather than sales? Were
Yeah.
there some moments like that? Some you were frustrated with your own job, something like that?
No, no, it was, I was really I told you earlier also
Hmm.
that while, the more the days passing on,
Hmm.
companies are, because 34 years is a long time with sales,
Yeah.
very long. But
Yeah.
when we started working with the products,
Huh.
those days, it was something like, it was not that corporate area.
Hmm.
Something like, okay, we have been told to sell this thing, we are selling it. There
Hmm.
was no targets, nothing like that, or nobody used to force anyone to sell more.
Hmm.
Slowly, when production started, booming up, or
Hmm.
production increased with the companies, they pressurize the sales force to sell more. Otherwise, that stock will be effectively with them without selling it.
Mm.
And my last job, I have started my career with Imamis and ended up with Goodrick Tea. Now, in between, there were other companies also. I was with, you must have heard about Mysore Sandal Soap.
Yes.
Piece of Karnataka soaps and detergents. I was with them. I was in McDowell also, hard
Mm.
drink, soft drink area.
Okay.
So when I, especially, traveling around and, organizing the sales itself.
Mm.
So it started, giving me much pressure. Just after 20th of every month, we used to get pressure for to complete the targets. So
Mm.
that was very good for me because I was not from MBA, and
Mm.
nor I was very much habituated with pressure sales.
Mm.
Slowly, I was getting, frustrated. Yeah,
Mm.
what's happening? So ultimately, I said, I will look for something else. I can open a shop. I can do something small work
Mm.
also,
Mm.
instead of being a white collared man, so-called manager of a big
Mm.
company.
Mm.
And I resigned on my part.
Okay.
Okay, because I will look for, because a person with a sales background can get a job anytime.
Yeah.
It's not a big thing for us.
Mm.
But I have already decided not to be in sales because every time you have to go to the people and, requesting them to take our material, take our material. It's kind of, for 34 years, I have done that.
Mm.
Anyway, but you have rightly understood that it was an accident, you can say.
Mm.
I saw that advertisement and chipped it to social development sector.
Yeah.
But you know, social development, such a sector, once you enter,
Yes.
it's very difficult to come out because by then you have already developed certain kind of sympathetic emotions and as well as love for the people.
Yes.
Like right now, like I'm working with FPOs, and each FPO, Farmers Producers Organization, it's a
Yes.
company. It's a farmers company. Each company has 300 to 400 farmers are there.
Yeah.
So, you know, from the grassroots, we have come up to a level that they are able to do everything by their own. They have been, forward linkage done
Mm.
and backward linkage also. They are produced, they are slowing down the use of fertilizers in Punjab and Himachal, both the places. And
Mm.
Chhattisgarh has the least use of fertilizer, in
Yes.
India.
Yes. Chemical fertilizer. Yes.
Yes,
Yes. I.
because you can understand, in 1 acre of land
Mm.
in Chhattisgarh, the farmer use 1 bag of urea.
Yeah.
Whereas in Punjab, the use is 3.5 bags.
Yeah.
So you can
Yes.
understand that the product we are getting as a long basmati rice, it is only a chemically made product. But
Yes.
Chhattisgarh, it's a supportive chemical given to the soil itself. It's not chemically produced. Some material is there. So anyway,
Yes.
so these things are very much, sometimes affect you a lot. And uh, when 350 farmers you meet, and when you talk to them, when you talk to understand, you learn from them. So it's a huge thing for a person, once who is working with them. It's a big thing for us.
Yeah.
And again, like in slums also, if you ever visit a slum, you'll find a lot of small kids.
Yeah.
Uh, Parents work in a civil construction areas and house house help. And their small kids, they don't go for learning. They don't go to the school. So so we started small learning centers.
Okay.
And when they are able to understand or to read and write, put them into the school. So that gives you an extra mileage for your work.
Yes, yes, sure.
You will feel that yeah, you are full with satisfaction that yeah, I'm doing something for the society.
Yes.
The lastly, what I say is, society has given me enough
Yeah.
to leave and happily and very cozily, but it is my time to return it to them, so that at least I can be satisfied that yeah, what I have received from them, I've tried to return something to them. So that is what I started after I worked for. I told you I worked for 1 year and in an organization in an NGO.
Yeah.
They put me as a social worker.
Okay.
My work was going to the slums and find out the addicted child,
Yeah.
drug addicted child.
Okay.
Take them to our center, keep them for treatment, and try to get them de-addicted. So again, you are very close to the people itself.
Yes.
Constantly, you are making conversations with the people, make their kids' parents understand the situation. So these are the things really give you extra energy to work for.
Yes, sure.
In Delhi, yeah, from here also, my connections are already working over here, and really I feel good that I'm with some people around. They are doing something good for the society itself. So my income level has gone down to a very minimum because I'm not in practically I'm not earning that at all. So
Yeah.
it's okay. I have earned a lot. So if I don't earn even, I have no grievances. So
Yes.
where I stand,
Great, sir.
and there are a lot of hurdles, but
Yes.
if
Yes.
you're really confident about your work, confident about your doings, hurdles never affect you. That's what I feel. I always think positive, so that I find out, because now working with the tribal people, those who pluck cashew, pluck chironji seeds, and they are they're they're from very deep interior of the forest.
Yes.
I used to talk to them not in their language. At least one guy with me who can translate my thing in their language. They talk in Gondi, Bhujmaria, this kind of dialect they have. Then it happened to me once you're with social. But here, can I ask you a few things?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. You said you're from the Western Orissa itself.
Yes, yes.
I mean, can you give me a little idea about why you are doing this?
So, sir, I started my career as a software person. It was pre-window, pre-office, pre-window era. And then for 12 years, I did social research. And then somebody, while doing social research, uh, those were documents, right? The after something you have done, like health thing you have done, you have to give some kind of report, right? The
Right,
completion
right.
report. So that in that at that time, now it is not there, but at that time it was like 95% of the project has been completed, 5% were not completed due to several reasons. They were citing several reasons. So one of them I asked, if you would have given a little more, more effort, then this 5% would have been completed very easily because you have already given 95%. So one of them actually told me that you are not there, no? You are sitting in the office and doing social research only, research work only. You are not there in the ground and you are not implementing. That is why you are saying that it is very easy. So once you are in the field, you will realize how difficult it is. So then I decided to switch my area into implementation. So the next year, I got into an NGO and I straight away started with watershed activities.
Oh.
Incidentally, my father was the agriculture director in Orissa that time, and he has been an agriculture person. And he was passionate about water, conserving water, and not the ways that you see everywhere. He has a very unique approach, and he was saying our forefathers, the farmers, they
Yeah.
had the technology, their indigenous technology, how to conserve water. That is why they didn't cut trees. They planted enough, and they knew that trees are there, the backbone of conserving water. They didn't
Right.
conserve water anywhere else, but the rivers were ever flowing. So,
Mm-hmm.
but over a period of time, because of 3 generations of education, nobody learned farming, nobody learned agriculture. So
Right.
we lost that technology. But and also you cannot immediately plant a tree and get it into a big tree, right? To
Right.
conserve water, because he used to call a young tree as a jhadi
Mm-hmm.
rather than a tree. So he differentiated, saying that a jhadi is not capable of conserving water. Only a tree with its spread of roots can conserve water. And it is not possible in a day, it takes years. So, how do you conserve? So, he has just one line statement that conserve water where it falls.
Okay.
And uh, so he called it as in situ treatment of water, conservation of water.
Okay.
And that meant that in the uh, forest, no, the forest area, the hilly areas where the water falls, actually the river flow from there. So the water actually belongs to those tribal people, and hill area, forest area belong to tribals, and they do not have any say. If you look at the water policy, the policy says the first user of water will be the low-lying people towards
Oh,
the end of the river. That
okay.
means at the time of need, the people who actually own the water do not have that water. So he actually all his life worked for this. Uh, like working for the rights of the people who actually own that water and how to conserve water where it fell. So if the low-lying areas anyways are water surplus, that is what he said. So all I grew up with all this philosophy. So it was not very difficult for me to transition into a implementer role. So whatever I did. You can say I did it well. So, and I actually answered all of those people saying that it is not really difficult. I have done it. You can see it. It requires, of course, lot of dedication. And to my good fortune, I got jobs where it paid to live in the forest, all those areas. I worked in 16 states, directly, indirectly, mainly with tribals, farmers, and women. So I stayed in Meghalaya for 2 years. I stayed in Bihar. I stayed in Bandhavgarh for 4 years, Madhya Pradesh, Umaria, which we got a turnaround out there. So as you said, tribals, they do not agree to come out of their zone. They were going into the forest and getting killed because it was a tiger reserve. So the forest department wanted us to do an alternative livelihood. So we
Okay.
taught them this SRI first, then integrated farming second, then hybrid mustard third, and fourthly herbal cultivation. So
Okay.
all
Okay.
this four method we gave them, and one person from Bastar area only taught me the herbal thing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is
Okay.
why I so herbal we chose Safed Musli,
Uh,
Ashwagandha, and Tulsi.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Sure.
Safed Musli, as you know, that
Yeah. White.
one finger gives at least 8 fingers. So
Hmm.
even if it's costly, it will
Hmm.
give a produce. So the project that I was doing,
Hmm.
I subsidized the price of the buying. Actually,
Yeah.
from the project we got that financed. And
Okay.
at the end of it, I told them that so we bought one finger at 16 rupees. So I
Okay.
told them the revenue is 8 times. So
Hmm.
you won't have to work for at least 10 more years
Ah.
for your sustenance.
Correct.
But sir, all these require lot of hand holding. I stayed in the
Hmm.
forest
Hmm.
nearby to them, because what I observe is they, with thousand of years of their
Hmm.
experience, in which they always like, it is kind of a lottery, or kind of what you can say, it's like they always have uh, traded the produce
Hmm.
with whatever they invested.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
they won't invest
Hmm.
unless they figure out that the produce will be enough to pay back the investment plus some surplus. So it is
Hmm.
inherent in them, that
Oh.
technology. So suppose there is a pest attack. So
Hmm.
they will not apply any pesticide or anything. Anyways, I was doing organic, so I didn't advise for pesticide or something. But they will not do any organic pesticide application also, because they will not put on that effort also, because
Hmm.
it will be opportunity cost for them. And
Hmm.
they will let go of the crop as it is, because it is not going to give them that return.
Okay.
So I was there watching every day what has happened to the crop and what is needed to be done.
Right.
And for Safed Musli, I wanted them to have and we were also working on a three-phase irrigation line, three-phase electric line for the irrigation to happen.
Hmm.
But that took some time. And in between 1-2 months, they had to irrigate via a diesel pump.
Okay.
And they
Hmm.
didn't have that money to pay for the diesel, so I had to pay from my own pocket.
Oh.
But if I were not there, they wouldn't have done that also. Let the crop go to waste.
Hmm.
But
Hmm. Hmm.
after that, incidentally, I got transferred from there. It was a job at the end of
Acha.
the day. And the
Yeah.
senior management thought that my capabilities will be better utilized at a bigger level at the head office, so on and so forth. And what happened was, that was a double Shravan that year.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I got transferred in April, and the crop was to be harvested at the end of April.
Okay. Hmm.
Because if they had to put that for seed, they had to harvest end
Hmm.
of April, and for medicine, they can harvest mid of May. But
Okay.
after getting transport also, I kept monitoring that this is the time you should do the harvesting.
Hmm.
What they
Hmm.
said is, madam, इस साल तो डबल श्रावण है ना, ये जल्दी
Hmm.
बारिश नहीं आएगा. So I
Hmm.
told them कि बारिश को पता नहीं आपका डबल श्रावण है कि नहीं है, आपको करना है.
Hmm.
Only 14th of May there was a rain, and the whole crop was useless. not for
Oh,
seed, not for medicine.
okay.
And so you have to handhold them. But some of the crop they could get, and they are in better position. So in a 4 years time, uh, even despite the horrible crop, the
Hmm.
the the economy of that area turned around just
Okay.
because somebody was there hand
Hmm.
holding them. In the entire region, I had 10 FPOs, sir, at that time,
Oh,
2012-13. And
okay.
I did two more FPOs in Himachal, Mandi area, Mandi Solan area, and
But
11
I
FPOs in Sikkim
sorry.
afterwards. Yeah,
Yeah, in Himachal I had Una.
yeah,
In Himachal I had five FPOs in Una.
okay, okay,
Yeah, because you were on Mandi side, no?
yeah,
So during you organized those FPOs, the
hmm,
government support was not there.
yeah, okay. No, in my time, government support was there in Bandhavgarh, in there in Himachal, and also there in Sikkim. Sikkim, it was easy because they have been doing it for so many years since 2003-4, since they were declared as organic state. So
Yes.
it was easy to organize the farmers because they are already into some kind of collective. And so it
Mm.
was very easy for me to register 11 POs in 3 months' time.
Oh.
It is not so easy in other areas. It takes 1.5 years or more to
Ah.
mobilize them. I know that.
Mm.
But sir,
Mm.
that is the answer to why I am doing this. I do this because this has become my life. And
Oh.
right now, what I do is I do policy advocacy. After that, I got into an organization which does the policy advocacy part of
Mm.
the problem of the bottom of the pyramid people. You know,
Okay.
this
Oh.
is microfinance association.
Mm.
We have 200 microfinance institutions as our members,
Mm.
and we report to RBI. We work with
Okay.
DFS. Now,
Okay.
this is a white collar, you can say, and this doesn't have the charm of the earlier work that I did. But
Ah.
um, but it is not about me. I know when I came to Delhi, I thought Delhi has intelligent people, right? Because they form policy, the bureaucrats and all. But each time I met one, I found they are more illiterate than a farmer in the Chhattisgarh, right? So you are hearing, sir? You are there? Yes, sir. Are you there? Are you there, sir? Maybe some issue with the connection. Hello. You are on mute, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I'm back.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So I used to think that Delhi has very intelligent people because the bureaucrats are here. They form the policy for the entire country. But
Mm.
each time I meet one IS officer, a bureaucrat, I find them to be more illiterate than a farmer in Chhattisgarh or Madhya Pradesh.
Really, you are absolutely correct on that point.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
They don't
so
tend to understand.
they don't know because they have never been to field and they are from upper class supposedly.
Mm.
That is why they are IS and whatever. So they
Mm.
don't know, but and
Mm.
also they don't want to know. and they do not believe that these are all truth, you know,
Yeah.
and they live in some other world because of which we are in this situation. So I would say that this is my next task, that to educate these people, because these people have power
Right.
with their only one what you can say directive, many things will change. So that is what I do, because in Bandha world we could know we could translate the actual scheme for the local officials, how it will be helpful and all that. So this handholding was required for them, and they could do. But the very people who have formulated all these schemes, they don't know what is possible. That is why they do not issue any manual or something, like if this is the, and even if they issue, it is such difficult language that nobody can interpret. So it's very simple, as you know, as you have also been doing. So this is
Yeah.
my next task. And why I interview you or interview many people is the same reason. We all come from different backgrounds, but
Yes.
if we try to understand each other, this is just incidental that you have transitioned into a social development sector, but many of them haven't. But luckily I only pick up somehow, I just randomly do, but I pick up those people who are full of empathy somehow. it is
Yes.
it, it is just miraculous. And so I believe in an almighty also, that my whatever I am doing, it will be very successful. We
Yeah.
When we discuss, we cannot do development in silo. We have to be
Right.
together in
Yeah.
our own ways. Whatever you are doing, whatever I am doing, whatever all others are doing in their way. But they have to understand now. The first thing is to understand the
Right.
other person's perspective. That is
Mm.
where we fail. So far, we have failed. So that is what I think is the my next step. That is why I do what I do. And this is the first interview, sir. I would be like I'm doing interviews every week
Mm.
with other people also, and already have created a group in LinkedIn.
Okay.
So in LinkedIn, it is not very visible, but what I write, it goes to the group. So
Okay.
when you see one of my post and comment below that, it will automatically go to the group, and it makes a movement. Whatever
Of course.
whatever
Yeah.
comes to your mind, you can just post there. I'll post this interview also, and you can also share this with whoever you can, so that it becomes a movement, and we all become together, and that is very much required. Because if I can, I would give you two tasks, and you already know that, is that
Mm. Mm.
farmers lack marketing support, and
Yes.
what India has done is they have created some sites, marketing sites, e-sites,
Mm.
you can say, and they assume that farmers will come to those sites and transact their goods or produces or whatever. Can they do that? They cannot. If I
No.
don't know, if I don't know about that site, how to do that and where to connect and who is the person to reach out to, even I
Mm.
cannot do. How can a illiterate farmer can do that? So that is missing, and we need to do a lot. We need to together. We need to do a lot to make it understandable to the bureaucracy first, and then to the farmer.
Many,
So
of course, you are perfectly correct in your statement
yes.
about this. During my tenure as organizing the FPOs, the primary thing was before me that though it was through NABARD itself, they
Hmm.
have a particular particularly selected one crop.
Yes,
So, like
yes.
in Punjab, Firozpur district, they had 6 FPOs to be
Hmm.
created, and
Hmm.
the crop selected was chilies.
Okay.
Now, how can already in Punjab they do not? I mean, the farmers do not waste a day
Hmm.
for getting a higher price. They sell it off and they start again the next crop.
Yes.
Their
Yes.
cycle is very fast.
Yes.
And in Himachal, the crop area is very limited. I mean, it's a very small land they have, like
Yeah.
1 acre, 1.5 acre. Somebody has half acre also, and they
Yes.
produce very high quality of potato.
Yeah.
No
Yes.
problem. Everybody likes to sell out the product the sooner it is out of the field
Yes.
to get back their investment, to get back their value of the labor they have given.
Yes.
Now, connecting these people was a very, what you call onward, forward sales. For forward
Yes.
sales, it was very difficult how to get them into it. So I had to travel to Ganganagar, Sri Ganganagar. That's the
Hmm.
main market of chilies.
Okay.
Now find out the wholesaler there,
Hmm.
so that they can get the material directly from the field itself on
Hmm.
little higher amount.
Okay.
So that was one of the point. And secondly, I also connected to the in Delhi there are two big markets.
Okay.
That is, one is Hajipur,
Hmm.
and another one I just forgot the name. There are two very big markets. Connect
Azadpur?
Hajipur.
Huh. Hajipur and Azadpur?
Other one more is there. I just slipped off the name.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, but I connected them, and connecting the association itself so that a higher price can be given. So it started doing like that, and then there's a place called Moga
Yes.
in Punjab. So Moga has a factory over there.
Hmm.
That is Atul Nutritions Limited. They are the
Hmm.
manufacturers of Maggi masala.
Okay.
So that's a very huge, big factory,
Okay.
huge. So I connected them, and people for those chili producers started selling to this Atul Nutritions directly. So
Okay.
there was a little more profit they started getting. But thing
Yes.
is, I cannot go on continuing like that, no.
Hmm.
So my next step was to organize them and start their own input sales also. So that up to that limit I can do, and
Yeah.
furthermore, NABARD has to do, or the that organization has to do. So now that's what you were saying. Ki they have invented those platforms, but how
Hmm.
a farmer can reach there?
Yes. Yes. That has to be the next step in the farmer's 10,000 POs he has
Mm-hmm.
given this Nara, no? So,
Yeah,
but,
yeah, yeah. Please say.
just FPOs will not do. Just
Hmm.
the motivation that they will be a company owner, shareholder is
Hmm.
is nothing to them. It doesn't mean them anything.
Hmm.
So
Right.
it
Hmm.
has to be supported with this forward linkage as you were mentioning,
Hmm.
and also the right choice of the crop. If the diversification of crop as it is, it has to be there.
Yes.
I don't know why NABARD people don't understand that. Because somebody in Sikkim asked me, a lady,
Hmm.
you were there also. This method was there, one crop only.
Hmm.
So she was asking, You are taking this buckwheat. What if
Hmm.
I'm producing the other thing? I'm producing this turmeric also. What about
Hmm.
that? So
Hmm.
turmeric is not for that district. It is for another district. So what do I do with the turmeric? So that is what I ask there also. So why you have just no limited yourself to one crop? So the farmer has a variety of crop. They have to sell. Where would they sell if you don't buy it? So these are
No,
the
no,
very practical
you
problems of the farm.
perfectly said.
Yeah.
Sangeeta ji, you have perfectly said,
Mm.
because they came up with an idea. Central government agriculture department came up with an idea about
Mm.
one block, one product.
Mm. Okay.
But that particular product give a range of products from the farmers.
Yeah.
They start from paddy and end up with what you call chilies and carrots. So many
Yes.
production is there. So
Mm-hmm.
selected only one. Like in Ludhiana and Fatehgarh Sahib, we have
Mm.
two typical uh, FPOs
Mm.
only for honey.
Only for?
No, how about the other produces they produce? They
Mm.
asked, they started asking, ki, sir, how can it be possible? Ki, we will only produce honey and
Mm.
our company will be based on honey. Is
Mm.
it possible? So actually, to be very frank, we had no answer about this.
Yes. Yes.
Why they are not including? But from back door and from
Yeah.
the other side, I told them ki your FPC
Mm.
can handle all the products you are producing.
Mm-hmm.
If the let honey be the flag for you,
Yeah.
but you can sell the other products also.
Yes. Yes.
So then they could understand. They understood the whole thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they were in a dark. They used to say "Ki we are producing chilies, it is fine, but we are producing five more items. How about that?
Yeah.
This is happening because our central government those think tanks are
Yeah.
every they are doing something and something odd, like somebody said कि किसान का 3 साल में किसान का इनकम डबल कर देंगे कैसे
Mm.
डबल हाउ विल डबल income they didn't open what is the word why income word has come.
Mm.
Is it the turnover will be doubled? Is it the profit will be doubled? No. So there are a lot
There
many
is not
questions.
even an MSP in place. How
Ah,
they
ah,
think they can double their product? First तो MSP दे दो.
ah,
उसके,
right, right.
after that only you can think of other things. It is not an easy job in India with the small holdings that now we have. How can their income be doubled? They cannot get enough for their own sustenance. No farmer wants their children to be farmers again. That attitude. Why? Because they are facing so much. So we need to revamp our mindset. I think so. Sir, this is nice talking to you, and this will be going on and on. I know, but
Hmm.
we will again catch up, sir, with another interview, with another discussion. And thank you so much for giving me time, sir. Thank you.
It's all right. But Sangeeta ji, if you feel somewhere my contribution is needed, you can just openly tell me because I'm based at Noida and I'm very
Yes.
close to Delhi.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll sure be reaching out to you, sir.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks
Thank you.
for.
Thank you so much.
Okay.